welcome to Neat in the Heat. Hey, Sean, why don't you tell us what we're going to be doing tonight?
Yeah, so Keeleen, so what we're going to do is we're going to go through and find out, is your everyday on the shelf better or are store picks better? And tonight we're going to be looking at the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye. I know that's kind of a lot to take in, so we'll just call them barrel proof ryes from here on out, so we don't have to say that every single time. So what we have, and then these that we have tonight are in no particular order. We have no idea what they are. You certainly have no idea what they are. All that's at the bottom of the glass is the proof, and then we can match it up when we're done.
So it's a blind tasting.
Yeah, a blind tasting as much as we can do for now.
Okay.
So the first one that we have here is Total Wine Store Pick. Big store, big box store. Let's see if this one does pretty well. Mm-hmm. The second one is our local Mexican restaurant, Nana's. We love going there.
Love Nana's.
Yes, we love them. We love their food. We love everything that their family is doing, especially Marco and Javier that do a lot of the whiskey and tequilas. This is their second barrel proof rye pick. And then this one is the one that you can get at just about every liquor store that carries Jack Daniel's barrel proof rye.
So, Sean, I have a question. Can you tell us about what the puppy eyes is? I feel like that's kind of cute.
Yeah, so Nana's did their first barrel proof rye right before this one came out. And the story is that when they were picking it, they loved the first one that came out. They absolutely loved it. They loved the way it tasted and everything. But just like if you were to go and pick up a dog from a pound or a rescue or wherever, sometimes you get the dog that you really want, but then maybe there's that one dog that's really giving you those puppy eyes that wants to be taken home. So that's exactly what they did. They ended up getting another barrel, and they ended up naming it Nana's Kitchen Puppy Eyes. So that's kind of the story behind it.
So cute. I love that.
And then this one here is your everyday Jack Daniel's barrel proof rye that you can get at any liquor store that carries it. So they're all the same one. So we're just going to kind of go through the smell or the nose and the taste. They're all going to look pretty similar.
Yeah.
They're all pretty close in strength, maybe, by 2 or 3%. So they're all going to taste, with the alcohol taste pretty similar. So let's see if we can really pick it out and which one we like the best.
Okay. So we don't know what we're tasting.
We don't know which one we're tasting at all. So let's just grab the first one.
Are they in order for us?
Nope. Nope. They're completely blind for both of us. So we're just going to pick through them, figure out which one we like, and then we'll look underneath the glass and match it up for what it is. So cheers.
Cheers.
Here we go. So this one you can definitely, very strong kind of ethanol, alcohol smell. All of them are going to be like that. I believe they're all in that 130 to 137 proof. So
okay, but mine might be different than yours.
It could be. Yeah, absolutely.
I smell a little bit of evergreen, a lot of caramel, a lot of vanilla.
Yeah, I get a lot of caramel in mine, maybe a little bit of butterscotch, a little hint of vanilla on there as well. So I'm going to taste mine. You can go ahead and talk about yours.
Ooh, very sweet. Very, like it almost tastes like when you're baking, kind of like cinnamon rolls or something like
a
that.
Baking spice kind of.
When your mom makes her granola.
Oh, yeah, that smells really good.
That smell and that taste to it.
Okay. Mine's got a pretty, even at almost, 140 proof or 70% alcohol, it's very smooth. This is really, really smooth to the palate. It does have that sweetness that I was getting on the nose. Nothing as crazy as what you were tasting, but, I think I'm getting a little bit better here and there.
This one has a little bit of butterscotch to it when I taste it. I'm like, that butterscotch ice cream that you taste, or those butterscotch candies, what are those called?
Werther's Originals?
Yes,
yeah.
It tastes like that. 100%.
That one's good?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So you'll set that one aside and put that kind of as your number one. This one was good. I think it could have had maybe a little bit more flavor to it, but I'm going to leave a little bit in there to kind of go back before I make my decision.
Yep, same.
So let's grab our second one. Again, this one could be different for both of us, so we don't really know. Just by the look of it, I know that we said we weren't going to do the color. This one does look a little bit darker than my first one. I don't know about yours.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell because they're not super even pours, but similar smell.
Yeah, for me, this second one definitely has a little bit more flavor to it, has a little bit more punch, kind of that baking spice, maybe a little bit of caramel and butterscotch. It's pretty good. It's a little bit because the higher alcohol content, it's really drying my mouth out, so my mouth is watering a little bit more than normal. But it's really good.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me do another taste.
Okay.
It's
what,
good.
what do you think?
It's good.
It's got a high alcohol content.
It does. It
Okay.
does. And I think that like overpowers a little bit.
Okay.
But it has a sweet flavor with a little bit of punch to it.
Yeah.
Even maybe like a little bit of like pepperiness or
Okay.
hot kind of ness that you.
Well, it's a little hot because of the alcohol content.
Yeah.
So yeah, a little bit peppery. I kind of get that too now that you kind of said that, and maybe that's just in my mind and that's what I'm thinking about. But yeah, it's definitely, this one for me is a lot hotter, a lot higher alcohol content than this one.
Yeah, the first one for me was a lot sweeter.
Yeah.
A lot smoother. This
one has a lot more bold flavor, a lot more bold taste to it. Again, we could be drinking the same ones. I don't know, but that's kind of just where we're at. So
it's a smooth flavor, but it's like a punch.
Like, it punches.
That's a punch in the face. But
you definitely know you're drinking. You know you're drinking whiskey when that one goes down.
Yeah.
Same with me. So let's go to the third one.
Okay.
And then kind of wrap it up. So cheers on the last one.
Cheers.
Ooh, this one for me has a lot more pronounced caramel butterscotch smell.
Oh, so maybe that was the first one that I had.
It could be. This one definitely does have
this
that.
This one has more. I feel like I say this a lot, but like kind of that pine, like woody smell, and maybe that's coming from the oak barrels, but it's got that very like woody campfire-y smell to me. All right, let's taste it.
Yeah, this one has like a sweet vanilla, almost graham cracker taste to it. It's really good. Again, it's not as hot as this one. I think this is the highest alcohol content out of the three.
I think, yeah.
Maybe we had the same one. Maybe that would be kind of interesting if we had the same one. But this one definitely has the highest alcohol content.
This one?
What do you think?
Sweeter, a little bit of almond kind of flavor to it.
Okay.
Almost kind of like a roasted hazelnut, maybe, too. Coffee kind of flavor or toffee.
Okay.
It's good. So what I'm just thinking is, so I think my last one was your first one. I think we have the same middles, and I think my first one was your
last one. Okay. That's a good prediction.
Yeah.
That's definitely a really good prediction. So how are you ranking yours right now? Before we kind of maybe go back through, finish them up, and then figure out what's what.
This one's good.
Okay.
This is going to be that punchy one. Yeah, definitely makes your mouth water.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. I definitely think we both had the same one in the middle, for sure. For me, flavor-wise, I like this last one. And then I like the heat of this one, right? We're kind of going through a lot of high octane, kind of high alcohol content right now. But if I were to just like sip on something, even though this is probably the highest alcohol content, I do like this a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd probably go with this first one. Is not so much. It's kind of, again, with how high everything is and how hot everything is, it's just lacking just a little bit of that punch and that flavor to me. Where are you at on your stuff? I know things are kind of punching you in the face a little bit, so just take your time.
It's between these two.
Okay. You don't like the one that's possibly the higher alcohol content?
For me, no, it's a little bit too much.
It's a little bit too much. Okay. Yeah, I definitely think this last one is my favorite. How are you doing over there? All right, so we're gonna go back to the first one for me. There's just a little bit left, so let's see kind of where that one ended up.
I feel like these two are very similar, but for some reason I'm leaning towards this last one as my favorite.
So the last one for you is also your favorite.
Yeah, so it would be
So how crazy would it be if we both had the same?
like
Well,
one,
you're not. Yeah.
2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. So for me, yeah, for me, the last one here, one or the three for me is my number one.
Yeah.
Then because I think this is the highest alcohol content, I like this one as number two, and then I think this one is going to be three, just because it lacks a little bit to me.
Yeah.
It's still really good. Don't get me wrong; these are all fantastic, no matter how they end up. But that's just kind of my order. Okay. So let's kind of finish ours up, and then we'll come back and we'll go through and figure out which one is which. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we finished through them. We kind of went back. We didn't want to kind of, bore you guys with just sipping on them and going back and forth. So we finished all of them. We have our order. What's your order? I think
I said 1, 2, 3.
Okay. And I said, for me, I said this one was 1, this one was 2, this one was 3. So kind of a backwards order for me. So let's take a look at our number ones. So look at the bottom. What does it say?
133.
Okay. Mine says 134.5. So let's go to yours. So let's find the one that says 133 on it. We have 137, 133. So your favorite one was the Nana's Puppy Ass. So there you go. So Marco and Javier, if you see that, then Kayleen, she definitely picked out yours. She liked it the best. It's really good. It's not my favorite that we had. Mine's the 134.5. So that's going to be the Total Wine barrel pick. Okay. So what we can say from that is that the barrel picks were better than the everyday one that's on the shelf.
Okay.
Okay. So now let's go for 2, which we thought was the one with the highest alcohol content.
No, that was yours.
For yours was last.
Yeah.
For me, yes, 137.8. This is
and
the one.
I had 134.5.
So you had the Total Wine. So you did exactly what these people want you to have done. That these were better than what they come out with all the time, every single day. So you picked it. I would say you picked it right.
Yay!
You did them, correctly. And honestly, I would say you did it the best way, right? Who knows how many people are trying the barrels for the Total Wine people? Maybe it's one person doing it, 2 people, a handful of people, right? With Nana's, this is maybe less than 5 people, 4 people, 3 people picking these barrels. So this one's a little bit more nuanced and really diving into their specific palates, right? Yeah. So you like that one the best. Then you liked the Total Wine, and then you liked the high octane one.
Yeah, and that's interesting to see. So I like the lowest
one. So you went order 2. You went from the lowest to the highest.
Yeah.
I went from the I went from here at the Total Wine one. Then I went to the highest one, and then I went to Nana's. Sorry, Marco and Javier. it just needed a little bit more punch to it for me, but I think Kayleen did really good. I think we both did really good on this one, right? Yeah. Our number ones were both the store picks or the restaurant pick.
Yeah, I think it was a toss-up between these two. When I first tried this one, I was like, that's really sweet.
Yeah.
And then I tried this one, and I was like,
that's a lot. So we were right. So both of us, our second one was the highest one. Yeah. You could definitely tell, even though it's only from 133 to 137. So that's 4. So that's 2%.
You can tell.
That's 2%. You can totally tell.
And then the puppy eyes, I don't know. It was a toss-up between these two, and I'm like, this one just kind of was like the puppy eyes.
It's just staring at you.
Yeah. This is the one to pick, and it was.
Absolutely. So there you go. So I think what we could say is that besides me picking the regular store one as my number 2, we can definitively say that from my number 1 and your 1 and 2, that store picks are really good, right? Maybe. I mean, yeah, I picked the Total Wine one as my favorite, and that's going to be a big, a big box kind of brand that does it. But you liked this one. Obviously, I still like it as well. It's obviously it wasn't my number one or my number two, but just go out and try. Go find different restaurants. Go find different places that do store picks. You never know what these guys are doing behind the scenes. When my friend and I first went to Nana's, we had no idea the kind of things that Marco and Javier were doing. Yeah. And then we started to go there more often, kind of be a little bit one with the family and, kind of get accepted into everybody, and we're regulars there. And we learned that they are doing a lot of really fun stuff, from tequila to bourbon, and obviously their amazing food that they have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're going to do some more reviews. I think we have 3 more picks that they did. They have a Russell's Reserve. They have a regular, just a single barrel select Jack Daniels, and they have an Old Forester single barrel pick. So we'll do some reviews on those. Maybe we'll do this again. We'll do a side by side, between a Russell's 10 versus the Russell's Reserve, or a Old Forester 1920 or 1910 versus the single barrel, and we'll kind of see if they're still doing well and if store picks are still better than the regular off the shelf.
Yes.
So how do you think this went? Did you like it?
I liked it. Okay. I would say these two
are really good.
Definitely outgrown this one.
I still liked it because I liked
regular Jack Daniels, but these ones are so good.
I liked this because I liked the little bit higher punch of the alcohol, and a little bit more flavor came through for it. But yes, I would honestly, I would pick these two over this one any day. I literally had to go buy this one today just so that we could do this video. But if not, I will always pick the Total Wine or a Nana's or anybody else's pick over the regular one.
Yes.
Because I would like to see how good their palate is compared to what I like, and see how good it is compared to this.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's our video. That's our blind tasting through the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye, with the Total Wine, the Nana's Kitchen, and your regular off the shelf barrel proof rye. Thank you so much for watching. We are Neat in the Heat, Kayleen and Sean. And once again, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And then comment, have you tried any of these? Have you tried the Total Wine if you have Total Wines in your area? If you live in the Arizona or Tucson area, have you tried Nana's Kitchen Puppy Eyes or their first rye that they had? And then obviously, if you've tried this, which I'm sure you have if you're watching these videos, tell us which one you like, and if you like these even at all. Are you a rye person or are you not? I know you love ryes.
Yes.
I'm starting to like ryes a lot more now as well. But definitely let us know your comments in the comment section. So thanks so much for watching. We're Neat in the Heat.